Hey, everybody! Welcome to the FM Gamers. As always, we are on playing on the traditional land of the Haudenosaunee. And this week, we're going to be playing some Masks. But before we get into that, I want to talk about what's going on in this moment of time, in this moment of history right now. And I want to address the struggle of the folks that are out there fighting for everything. And of course, we still are under quarantine. And there's a lot that's happening with that. I just want to say that I think I speak for all of us. I know I speak for all of us. These are awesome people. When I say that support the movement of Black Lives Matter where you can. I've donated to bail funds, masks and other supplies for safety to keep people safe and healthy, even water. Those are all things that you can do to help. If you can't go out there and stand next to them, and we're all in this together, and hopefully this will mean some lasting change in this country, which is direly needed. So do that. Educate yourself. There's a lot of great resources out there that you can find, and yeah. And thank you. Hopefully, we can be a distraction from what's going on for a little bit before you get back out there and get back into the fight. So with that, I also wanted to bring up that we can support Black creators, and specifically, I wanted to bring up a company called New Agenda Publishing, which is currently in the process of creating its first game. Part of New Agenda Publishing is a amazing writer named oh man, I'm gonna say this wrong because I keep saying it wrong in my head. Misha Bushyeager.
Yes.
Misha Bushyeager also wrote for Masks Unbound, and that brings me back to the point of this. Masks Unbound was a huge influence on what you're going to see today. I wanted to do a version of Masks that more represented some comics that I truly love called Legion of Superheroes. And that's where we are. We're going to be doing Masks, the Society of Future Heroes. Now, anybody who has seen me run on this has probably thought, do you do any normal games? Do you just do a game? And that's probably, the answer is probably no. But I have my three favorite players in the entire world joining me today. Masks is a superhero game where you play teenage superheroes. In this setting, you're playing members of a organization that is built to have teenage superheroes be hopeful for the rest of the universe and act as diplomats and ambassadors, as well as protectors and general superhero stuff. So that's the setting. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce the cast, and they're going to tell you who their characters are. And I'm going to start this time with Jane. Take it away.
Hey, what a surprise. It's usually me. Ha. So, hi, I'm Jane Calvert. You can find me on Twitter at moonchromatic. I haven't been on there very much lately, but if you direct message me, you can always find me there. I will be playing a archetype of teenage superhero known as the Nomad. I am Captain Junior Grade Wonder. I have traveled far and wide, and into the future, probably 3,000 some years. I don't really remember where I came from, but I traveled for a really long time with my little mechanical squirrel monkey named Jungle Jam, and I learned about the Space Knights. They're this really cool organization of peacekeepers and diplomats, and I want to be one of them someday, but I'm only a captain junior grade. So to get a promotion, I need to go to this academy and become a member of the Society of Future Heroes, and maybe they will look at me twice. Fingers crossed.
Very
Aw,
cool.
thanks for your support, guys.
Jerry, who are
I
you? Who are you, and who are you playing today?
I'm playing Artifact, the Scion. I am the child would-be galactic conquerors, fairly successful would-be galactic conquerors. I'm their fourth child, so I'm named 4. The previous 3 did not meet their criteria and have been eliminated. My father also did not meet the criteria, so he was eventually eliminated by my mother. My mother is Malefactress, and she's been trying to get me into the family business of basically destroying planets and conquering the universe, and basically doing, think Dormammu plus Darkseid, and you've got an idea of what mom's like. And so I'm trying to constantly redeem her, and she's constantly trying to corrupt me into being evil. And I joined the super team because I don't want to be evil. And so this is probably the best way I can do to keep that evil part of me in check. So, I'm used to everybody just treating me like, or everybody else besides the team, treating me like I'm this child of a supervillain. So I really value my friends in our super team.
Awesome. And Lana,
Hey.
who are you playing?
I'm playing the Legacy. So I'm from the original Masks book, whereas I think both Jerry and Jane are from Unbound.
Yes.
Okay. And I am playing Gato, which is why I have a little cool cat thing. I control shadows. I come from a family that controls either light or shadow, and I got the shadow. And she's known as Tara Kit. And you can also find me on Twitter as Princess O Gaming. I mostly post stuff about role-playing games or weird dreams or cat pictures. So no surprise that I'm playing a cat today.
Excellent. And so the setup for this is that the 3 of you go to the Future Heroes Academy, which may look, well, it's in Neo Halcyon, which is a sort of floating space city thing that may or may not look like what's kind of behind me here. Probably more may. But it's got tubes like behind Jane, because tubes are cool. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know if there's an anti-tube movement out there, but they can go to hell.
They can take tubes to get there.
That's right. They can take a tube to hell. But the Society of Future Heroes has been around for a while, which is how they have this academy. And every year they do tryouts for the team. So the 3 of you, your little group, you've been kind of friends for a while, a little bit of a, you've been kind of working together, maybe training together, that kind of thing. And all 3 of you have earned the right to try out for the Future Heroes.
Society of Superheroes.
Society of Future, yes. That I definitely keep wanting to call the Legion of Superheroes, but I need to not do that. It's totally separate. It's a totally, it's way in the future from where they are. It's totally a different thing. It is legally distinct from that. So you've got the option to go in there. Day has come. It's the big day. You hear the crowds that are watching live. You know that there are trillions of sentient beings that will be watching across multiple galaxies. Everybody is very excited just for this day. It's almost like a huge holiday. And the three of you, you're kind of in your waiting room.
Oh man, if we win, does that mean we get Black Forest cake?
You 100% get Black Forest cake. That's like it's in the bylaws. So yeah,
It's like the food you get when you get promoted in the Space Knights. Yes. Yes.
yes.
That was good.
So what's how are each of you addressing? I mean, I don't know if you have nerves or what. So yeah. Breathing exercises. Gato is cleaning herself. Their self. Yeah.
Artifact is pacing back and forth, reciting the 37 tenets of crushing one's enemy.
Okay.
And trying to like skipping over a few of them, you know, and basically trying to come up with something that isn't okay. You know, strike from behind, strike. Okay, don't disembowel, just take down. All right, that's good. Look for a new. No. It's basically questioning a lot of the things that he said to do, and hoping that this is going to be a better one. So do we know who we're up against?
Oh yeah, do we know, or is it just a surprise?
Oh, it's generally kept as a surprise.
Shit.
There may be other groups like you. A lot of them are probably individuals. In fact, it's a little bit surprising that the three of you kind of have your own room. But you know, there's no, you know, you were shown here and that kind of thing. There is a knock on the door.
Who is it?
It does that, you know, because it's the future door sound. And standing there is one of the first recruits of the Society of Future Heroes, Fourth Al-Zanir. I created all these names, but I can't say all of them. But he's known as they're known as Arctic Kid.
Arctic Kid.
And they're you know, they're in not their costume, which is you know, obviously like cold based, and it's very obviously like, oh, this person has cold powers when you see their costume. But they're wearing this kind of formal suit that kind of has that same design to it, and you know, this tie. But the tie, of course, this is the future, so the ties don't actually connect. They just kind of float using anti-gravity. You know,
a lot more comfortable.
Probably, I mean, they would have to be, right? Tie technology has come a long ways in the last few thousand years. And they are standing there, and they say, "Is it okay if I come in?"
Yes.
Sure. Come on in.
Excellent. Thank you. I just wanted to come by and say hello and introduce myself. I'm known as Fourth, which is funny. You are 4, are you not?
I am.
Huh. Interesting. We're apparently in the same realm of.
You seem nervous.
No. I'm. Well, it always is nerve-wracking on tryout day. You see, I was there for the first tryouts, and I was the first actual recruit, and it's always a little bit, it kind of comes back to me every year when we do this. So it's exciting, it's great to see all these young faces who are ready to do their best. And I mean, it's come to the point where some of them you can tell that they're not going to get very far, but it's great to see the enthusiasm. Which is why I specifically wanted to speak with the three of you. You are very high on the prospect list. You've been granted your own quarters, which is no solo prospective heroes have done that, and only a handful of groups have of prospective members. We're very much excited to see what you have to offer us, and I want to come by and wish you personally good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Is there anything that you need in the meantime? Is there anything that your powers may need? Did you want any advice?
Well, my powers don't really need anything, but could I get some tuna fish?
Yeah, I will. I'll send someone by to take an order. I will say I didn't want to go into the tryout having eaten anything, but that may be. I have a different approach from a nerve perspective than some people.
Do you know what we're gonna be up against?
I don't. That would have been decided by the judges, and of course, Tuxedo Lad being the leader of the team, he would have developed whatever the challenge will be. Of course, the first part of it is going to be initially just showing off your powers, and then afterwards there will be the challenge part of it. And then we'll have narrowed things down, and there'll be kind of the group interview with who's left, where you'll have a chance to further show off your powers and capabilities. So, and then by then we'll have narrowed it down, and I'm excited to see what the three of you can do.
Excellent.
But I wish you the best of luck. He gives like the future like hand and hand up, which is kind of like a greeting thing, and he steps away. I'll have to remember that. I just made that up. And but before he goes, he turns on. Was there anything else that anyone requested? Tuna fish. Obviously, I'll ask someone to come by.
Yeah, I'll have some tuna fish too. Mm-hmm.
Just 2 orders of tuna fish. 3?
No. I never eat you for a confrontation.
Excellent. Best of luck. And I will see you on the other side. And he steps away. Door closes.
Okay.
Future doors are very rude.
They're so rude. They're it's everything. See, Artifact, this is why the entrance is so important, because the doors, they just, so as soon as that door opens, you got to be ready. You strike the post.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the 37 steps that you're working through, I mean, they are important, but if you don't get the entrance right, then people read you wrong right off the bat.
Well, that's good. I can replace number 4 with that. That'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And then edit it to be number 1. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, probably a good idea. All right. Yes. So number 1 would be get the entrance right. That's a good start.
Awesome. We're gonna nail this.
We're gonna nail this. We're gonna nail them all.
Excellent. Yeah. So as you're kind of hyping up there, somebody does bring some tuna, and some drinks. I guess it's water, but it's space water because it's the future, and in space. And it's still just water, but they call it space water because that's important.
It's been filtered through the best meteors.
Yes. It was floated from one place to another through actual space. So
yeah,
floated.
where they got it like off the ice of the tail of a comet or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's what's a famous comet name?
It's Halley's Spring.
Yeah. Haley Spring.
Wait, I gotta get that down.
Yes.
Captain Junior Grade Wonder kind of like considers the fish and then is like, Gato, I don't know about this. Maybe after I can eat that.
Okay.
That's a hard ask right now. A little too nervous.
We got this. All right.
I have to go into battle on a full stomach, or I might eat the competition.
See,
That
seems
sounds
fair.
a little bit like Artifact right now.
No, you
And
never
yeah.
You never consume the competition because you don't know what kind of radiation they're going to have on them when you're done.
That's true. I think that's number
Mhm.
33.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, you can also take out the one where your minions don't have face coverings, because we don't have any minions.
Well, not here.
We don't have any minions here. Well,
Not here. No,
I mean, I have Jungle Jam.
we left the minion. I thought we were supposed to bring our minions with us.
Oh, Jungle Jam just goes everywhere.
I've got my minions are up in the crowd, like getting ready to cheer and that sort of thing.
oh, your minions aren't part of your superpowers.
No. No, I wouldn't put them in danger.
But like, Duplicity brings hers. But I guess she is her own minions. But like,
that's because Duplicity doesn't value her minions as well. One thing I did learn from my parents did not value their minions at all, and if it wasn't for my minions, I would not have escaped in the first place. So I value them a lot. Cerberus is up there right now with them. I hope they're going to be cheering for us and see what we can do.
We're going to do great things because we're going to nail the entrance.
You don't endanger your minions. Your minions are there for after all the fighting's done, that they could replace missing body parts and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you were like they're there for like to hang out with, and like you all buy pizza and talk about how great the fight was and stuff.
That too.
Yeah.
and it's really great to have movie night with Artifact's minions.
It is. They're especially since they haven't seen most of the movies.
Yeah.
I have really come to enjoy space pizza.
Yeah. Space pizza is.
Oh man, moon cheese.
It's green, of course. So, all right. So
ready? There's a light above the door, and it turns red, and you realize that like the show has started, and then after a short amount of time, it turns green, and somebody comes to your door. It's one of the assistants, and they're a sort of blobby thing. Hey, I'm here to lead you to the big show thing. So
Sweet.
you just come with me. Yeah. So good luck and everything. And I just want to confirm your names. And he, has a I don't know, it's like a holographic display thing that pops up. And it says, we've got Artifact,
Yes.
we've got Gato,
Yep.
and we've got Captain Junior Grade Wonder.
That would be me.
Okay. Great. Got those in. Excellent. Well, you are in queue, so you'll be able to see some of the other folks that are trying out before you, and look, best of luck.
Right.
Thank you.
And they kind of, they give a wave as they kind of move along, like clearly looking to like who do I have to bring in next.
Okay.
And you can see the whole arena. You can see the 3 judges, which you weren't allowed to know who the judges were necessarily beforehand.
Mhm.
But it is which I think we kind of assumed. One of the original founders of the team,
Mhm.
Temperature Lad, Duya Kiwe,
All right.
is one of the judges.
I'm sorry, my brain just went. Is his first name Calvin?
No.
It really should be.
That would be funny though.
Well, this is the future. He should be Vin Kel. Because Vin Kel actually does sound like a Legion of Superheroes character.
Vin Kel.
Vin
Vin
Kel.
Kel.
It really does. Also, sitting next to him is Hage Bani, aka Grasshopper Boy.
Okay.
He's one of those members of the Future Heroes that his ability is to leap very far.
Mhm.
And it's not considered one of those more useful ones, but he managed to make the best of it, and
Does he also play the violin?
oddly enough, he does, but he doesn't use that as a power necessarily. And then Halloween Kid is also there.
Oh no.
Yep. The Simon Cowell of the judges, and they are real name is only Viz. They prefer to go by Halloween Kid. They have a pumpkin, like jack-o'-lantern head.
Yeah.
And their powers are shape-shifting and some other magical things. They kind of just do the cool power.
Except for being able to keep their pants on.
Yeah, Gato, maybe we shouldn't have done that, a couple years ago.
I didn't know they're gonna be a judge.
No.
Yeah, it's and then the
You're in
fourth
trouble.
judge.
Mhm.
The fourth judge is the one that he has judged for a long time. He is known as the nice judge, and it's Zero Graphic Lad, which you just referenced his sister Duplicity,
Okay.
which I just made up just now when you referenced that character. But yeah, his younger sister got on the team.
Okay.
But Zero Graphic Lad can make duplicates of himself, as can everybody from his planet, which is a weird evolutionary step to happen. But so you watch, and the first one out. First one out is Princess Sparkle. And Princess Sparkle, yeah. Princess Sparkle is as we discussed, the daughter of Stellar Queen, who is a longtime super type person. Princess Sparkle thinks a great deal of herself, and not a lot of the 3 of you, as I recall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Won't matter when I'm a space knight.
Yeah.
Well, of course it won't. But she goes out there, and And Princess Sparkle has light powers.
As
How
you
do you
do.
think her tryout goes?
I think that she does a lot of flash and pose, and she looks very good at what she's doing. But what a lot of people don't realize that she's not actually doing much. It's
Okay.
all flash and dazzle. I mean, she's a great performer. She's really good at showing up, and she's really good at she looks the part of being a superhero. But her powers aren't as impressive as she tries to make them look. And in some cases, she's actually using her light to make illusions of things that aren't actually being done. So,
Ooh, interesting.
so she's probably very popular because she's not just cute and everything else. She's actually good at presenting herself. She's got a lot of gravitas and charisma. She's just also really arrogant. But it doesn't show up when she's doing this.
Okay.
That's what I thought. What do you guys think? You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't get a chance to knock one of her bows off of her skirt, though.
I mean, I could do that from here.
Yeah, but then they'd
No,
know
Halloween Kid would see it. I can't do
Yep.
that.
we can't pants the competition.
Jane, which of the judges likes Princess Sparkle the most?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that oh man, I know that it's not Zero Graphic Boy because he's made copies of himself and is getting lots of different angles and can see what she's doing.
See the real thing. Yeah. Okay.
So probably Temperature Lad is the most fooled and the most taken in with her.
Okay. Awesome. And Lana, who likes her performance the least?
I'm gonna go with what Jane said, and Zero Graphics likes it the least.
Yeah.
Because he sees the illusion.
Yeah.
Because of how many eyes he has.
Awesome. I like
Guys
that.
have it.
So she does her whole thing, and then she finishes, and of course, as is the judges don't make any comments about that first performance until later on during the kind of final interview. So anybody that makes it through, then they get comments on it. But like Jane said, Temperature Lad seems, pretty on board with this whole thing. So next up is two students that working together. Private Conspicuous and Aggressive Passion Boy. And they go out there, and Private Conspicuous has the power to not be able to hide. And so they've set up some obstacles out there, and anytime he tries to hide behind one of them, it's obvious that he's there. Aggressive Passion Boy just really just loves everything. He has the power to just get automatically like really passionate about like how much he just really enjoys stuff, and he just starts yelling about some of the obstacles and stuff like that. None of the judges seem super impressed with either of their performances, and they kind of move on. And there's a few other ones that are less than stellar. Although it looks impressive, Spontaneous Combustion Girl's power doesn't seem super useful. I guess it would be nice to have a professional chiropractor on the team, but Lumberjack doesn't necessarily have a power that would be super useful if you're fighting evil aliens or something like that.
But
I
he's
think so.
always got your back. He shouldn't have been in there by himself. He should have been with a team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think Spontaneous Combustion Girl has promise.
I mean, there may be. Let's see. Who else am I? And you guys get you're the three of you get queued up.
Okay.
As Pillow Talk goes out there, and Pillow Talk has the ability to touch anything softer than anybody else can. Again, not considered a super useful ability, and also, for the things that you would want a soft touch for, Pillow Talk doesn't necessarily like diffuse a bomb or anything like that, which probably would be pretty impressive. Like that's a thing you could do with the softest touch in the universe, but that doesn't happen. And then you are the next ones to go out, and the one that goes out just before you is Sarcasm Lass, and she goes out there, and
Of course she does.
yep, and she stands there. She folds her arms, she looks around. Oh, what, you want me to show off for you? And it's so grating to the audience. It is alarming how sharp it is, and she just kind of shrugs and walks off, and that's it.
Okay.
I think it was sharp enough. One of the judges might be bleeding now.
Yeah, I think Grasshopper Boy is notably notably by it. Yeah.
I look over at Agato. I look over at Agato. I kind of liked her. I thought she showed a lot of promise too. There's a use for that if you know how to do it.
Hey, if Tuxedo Boy can make it on the team, and is the current sitting leader of the team, and then
Oh man, then their team could be sharply dressed and have a sharp tongue.
Oh. Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So but you're up. What requests were made for the setup before you went on?
At least things to portal through, so like platforms on a couple of different levels.
Okay.
Actually, if it's cool with you guys, because we would have talked about it ahead of time for our entrance, which seems to be super important to us, to come in.
Super important to me.
Yeah. To come in with one of the shadow portals.
Okay.
Because we're all coming in together. We're showing that we're a team that works together. And so yeah, I get to use my shadow powers to have us do
what are
the opposite of flashy entrance.
What are Captain JG Wonder's powers?
I have
and I'm frozen. No.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Because everybody froze.
Yeah. So Captain JG Wonder is part cyborg. I have a
that's right.
implant that is an ultra processor, so I can actually hack into and control some mechanical type things. So I might, if y'all need target practice, I might manipulate those with my powers for you. And I also have anti-grav packs, boots, and bracers. So I'm gonna be flying through that portal behind you two, and I can, because of that, I can change how much things weigh also.
Ooh,
sweet.
That's nice. All right, and I have magic and cosmic energy. So spells in Silver Surfer level weirdness. So that's
a lot of power.
That's all of them were. I didn't realize until after I picked the Scion that the Scion has all these really weird powers.
Yeah.
But all their abilities are like betraying and subterfuge. So
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna come out. I think that what we'll do is just some target practice would be excellent. I like the idea of Captain Junior Grade Wonder creating some mechanical targets for us to take pot shots at, maybe throw a couple through a portal, do some teamwork stuff. I'm thinking like one of them comes up and Gato puts a portal in front of it so that it ends up, instead of being on the side of the room, now it's right in front of us, and then one of us smashes it, that kind of thing, where we're not just smack and shoot, we're using our powers in tandem together as a team.
Yeah.
Maybe a big robot comes out and one of us distracts it. I'll distract it. You put a portal under its foot so it goes out on one knee, and then Captain Junior Grade come over and like take it over, something like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Or I'm open to other suggestions, but I think teamwork is probably the way to go with this.
Yeah, because we came out as a team, so
Yep.
definitely using our powers to help each other out.
All right.
Because I can
I'm
go
gonna step
like
my mask.
portal, and
Yep.
then you can do like magic, and then you can do hacking stuff. Ha ha ha.
And I fly through your
Ooh.
portals and then hit the bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
You can even like shoot lasers at me, and then I redirect the lasers with my shadow portals.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So we're gonna make a move, and that I didn't mention that this is powered by Apocalypse. We are kind of continuing our PBTA tour as Jane brought up, which I loved. Doing masks, and so we're gonna do a powered by Apocalypse move, because that's what powers the apocalypse, I guess, or at least the games. We are. I'm gonna call this one.
Sounds to me like we're gonna unleash our powers.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that
say
is
unleash our
your
powers.
powers. Yeah. And I was thinking that I think you can we could do it separately. Yeah, let's do it separately. It's more fun to do it separately. So Gato, I think you're the one that's opening up the portals.
Yeah. So. Am I using Savior for this? Freak.
Yep.
Okay. For some reason the thingy didn't open. Anyway, my character sheet's open. And I forgot to bring my dice with me today, so I have to use an app. Ow. 4.
Ooh.
At least you have potential.
So I think there's a lot of like extra light on this, right?
Yeah.
Because they want to show every angle to everybody that's watching, and it may be more light than you've ever directly dealt with. Yeah. I think your portals show up, but they're not. The actual power of the portal isn't there. Which means that people are going to be just kind of passing through clouds, and you get an experience point.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Experience point. Did I get hit by a laser?
No, because I don't. Well, I don't think these are like hurdy lasers. I think though it maybe throws you a little off, and it's unexpected.
Okay.
We botched our entrance.
But Wonder, take it from here. Cap.
Cap junior grade. Haven't got the promotion yet. I really need it. Okay, I rolled a 10 and my freak is +2, so 12.
Wow.
Okay. What does it look like when you? I think you're so good that you can even make Gato's like kind of like misalignment look pretty cool. So what does that look like?
So I fly right through one of the portals, and I don't get portaled.
Mhm.
And I was about to do a loop-the-loop, but then there's like no space to do it. But I'm still like, I think Jungle Jam probably warned me. Good buddy on my shoulder.
Nice.
He's like, "Rock!" And I was like, oh shit. And so we turned it into a cool like barrel roll, and like I decided to use my anti-gravity ability to change my weight and get kind of like that like Captain Marvel flying like streaky kind of look to it, and made it look extra fancy, and like I meant to do that, and kind of like whisk around and like outline the portal that Gato made to make it show up better.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I like.
And then like how do you affect the robot that is
yeah, so then after I do all my cool flying demonstration, then I'm gonna activate the giant robot enemy that is down there, and so I'll kind of like hover up there, and this I have a red eye, and then the cyborg plate kind of like glows blue, and then the robot starts to glow blue and comes to life and starts pounding towards Artifact. I am such a threat. Rawr.
awesome. And Artifact.
The Artifact comes out, attempts to come out with cape billowing in the wind, helmet mask pulled down over his face, kind of strides out, expecting boos, and when they don't initially come, he's a little confused, but then turns and will attempt to basically use energy to kind of pull the robot's leg towards one of those portals. Now that we've got one that's a little bit off so that the leg goes into the portal so it stumbles to one side.
Okay.
Open up, make an opening for somebody else to do something before we finish it off. So I am rolling 2 dice. I had +1 for my freak, and it only gives me a 9. So I didn't quite succeed. I do it. I succeed at it, but something bad happens. And that means that I mark a condition.
Yeah.
As in masks, we don't take damage. In masks, we take emotional conditions. So, and I think it's gonna make me probably a little angry.
Okay.
So I mark angry, and that means that until somebody calms me down, I'm at -2 to comfort or support or get to know people better. I'm basically losing my temper, and I'm not as compassionate.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So it doesn't. It takes a lot more effort than I expected. I hold my hands out like this. You see little purple Kirby dots come flying out, and I pull. The robot struggles much harder than I want, and I end up slipping and going down to one knee. But I get its leg into one of the portals as well.
Okay. So we've adequately shown the all 3 versions of a roll for the apocalypse system. Well done.
Good job, team.
Yes.
Gato, I probably should have had you mark a condition down as well.
Okay.
Did you have one in mind?
I don't have one in mind because I didn't. Where did you? I didn't get the link.
Oh, okay. I will resend that during the break. But I think maybe Insecure.
Yeah, Insecure makes sense.
Because I think you're usually pretty confident, and this was just an unexpected thing. So,
for those who haven't played Masks before, unlike traditional games, our stats aren't quite the same as they would be in other games like Strength and that. We have Danger, Freak, Savior, Superior, and Mundane, and those are our like personality traits. Our ability to fight, our ability to be weird, our ability to be like good and uprighteous and full of confidence, our ability to feel kind of superior and be better than our opponents, and our ability to just kind of blend in and be normal. And our conditions when they get triggered affect each of those. We could be afraid, angry, guilty, hopeless, or insecure. And as the game goes on, we get more and more emotionally upset about things, and we can work together to take care of them afterwards. But so right now I'm angry and you are insecure?
Yep.
All right.
And I'm Captain Junior Grade Wonder.
That's right. Thank you. Awesome. Exactly.
Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, Superior at work. Go ahead.
That's so yeah, the robot is, it's animated. Artifact's struggling with addressing it. Gato, you're yeah, that's like you're kind of adjusting for that. And then the sky above the whole thing cracks open, and this black portal just like opens in the sky, as though it is literally like a crack in the sky.
Gato, was that part of the plan?
That's not me.
And on the other side of the portal, you can see this landscape that is just it's burning, and there's like these sharp crystalline structures there, and it looks terrible and awful. And Artifact, it looks very familiar to you.
Artifact, I didn't know we were gonna have a sleepover at your place.
And that's not good.
And all of a sudden, just hordes of flying minions come out. Artifact, what does Malefactress's minions look like? And make sure that they're legally distinct from parademons, please.
Oh, they're not anything like parademons.
Okay, great.
Her minions are basically they don't have a uniform look to them except for their colors. Mm-hmm. They're basically been experimented upon, so they've got various cybernetic attachments, armor and things like that, and they've also got grafted. She makes her minions by grafting minions together.
Oh.
So so you might have somebody who's got like a human arm, but like a Klingon face and like big wings that have jets on them, and she tends to get into a mood, so she might have a whole bunch of them that are half horse, half Tyrannosaurus Rex, with laser guns, but they're all going to be distinctly different. And when they come pouring down through, it's always just terrifying because they're disturbing to look at, and she likes that. That's part of what she uses them for.
What's the sound that a T-Rex horse would make? You'd be like.
Yeah, I was going with the as well, but yeah.
But these ones are slightly more human looking. She obviously used some humanoid race and just grafted body parts onto them. Some mechanical, some not. And they're all coming down on their little
they have little like skiff type things, like Flash Gordon skiffs.
No, sort of. What's that thing called? They've got flying segways.
Oh yeah, that's almost exactly what I was thinking of. Like, they're like flying around in those. And
pay extra at Disney World to ride one of those around the parks.
Disney doesn't have flying ones yet, though, but they
Yet.
will.
Yet.
Yes.
Yes.
We are 3,000 years ahead of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have them now.
Yeah, they have them now.
Mhm.
There's a whole Disney World is an actual world. But there's no superheroes that come from there.
How well, the thing is, it wasn't that difficult to build because it is a small world at Disney.
Yeah, see, that's good.
So,
I like that.
there you go.
That's the kind of puns that we like at FM Gamers. So, in addition to these minions, of course, you see your mother, but she looks a little different. She's showing this like very distinct. I guess we never really talked about what she specifically looks like, anyways. But her
Evil.
skin shows. It's hard to tell what she originally looked like because her skin is showing all these like kind of glowing red runic symbols all around her, and her eyes are glowing brighter than they usually glow as she's floating down. She looks like she's just absorbed a lot more energy of some kind, and there is someone else floating down with her, and they land near you, and this other person steps forward. This person is wearing it looks like a combination. It looks like a futuristic version of like knight armor, and it has a symbol on it that you recognize, Wonder, as being from the Space Knights, but it's like inverted and twisted. And this person pulls the mask up, and you recognize them as Velen Dast, the former Space Knight who betrayed the group before you were ever there. And they say to you, Wonder, Captain Junior Grade Wonder, we meet again. And I think that's a good time. I think that's a good time for a break.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So welcome back to the FM Gamers. We are playing Masks in the far future of the Society of Future Heroes. Our new heroes, our would-be members of the society, have started their tryout. They had a very impressive first show. Sorry if I'm distracted, but a cat was tickling my feet as I was introducing this. But of course, the tryout didn't go as planned. Who could have seen that coming? As a hole opened in the sky and monsters came out, and Artifact, one of our three intrepid heroes, Artifact's mom showed up, as well as a disaffected
Evil
former
Space Knight.
co-worker from I guess former employee of the Space Knights, who just said, we meet again. At which point, I believe Captain Junior Grade Wonder was going to reply with,
We meet at first. I've never met you before, but I know who you are.
Ah, you think you do, but you do not. For I have traveled great distance, both in space and in time, and I have come here to stop you before you ever will become a danger to my plans. Once I was a mere space knight, but now I am known as the Singularity Knight.
Is that because you're not getting any dates on that Cinder?
No, it's because I have the power of a black hole.
So you're a real downer.
Seriously, Mom, this is who you're hanging out with right now? I mean, at least the League of Evil Despots was they had some class and they didn't monologue as much.
Yeah, the Evil League of Despots are really good at keeping their speeches to a minimum.
Exactly. Well, I mean, she killed all of them in the end. So I mean, then don't worry about that again. That's kind of what happens when you team up with my mother. So.
Yeah.
So what, Mom? What are you doing here this time?
I'm here, my darling, to stop you before you ever become a problem for me as well.
This is just like the spring dance.
It feels a little different than the spring dance. But no, this time I will make sure that my power will never be destroyed.
Really?
And Singularity Knight says, "Enough talk," and he starts running towards the three of you. What do you do?
He's running really fast at us, right?
Yeah.
Can you just flip up? Can you flip a portal? Can you have him run at the portal this way and then have him run into my mother with this portal?
Yeah. If I roll right.
All right.
Let's see. And is that? I feel like that's still unleashing your powers.
It could be directly engage a threat.
Yeah, it could be directly engage a threat. I'll let you choose if you want to roll danger or freak.
Okay, so with directly engaging a threat, I have a move for that.
Oh.
It's called Fight the Good Fight, and I can roll Savior instead of Danger.
Ooh.
Yep. So, and in doing so, it counts as pulling my punches, so I'm not actually but yeah, it's so like when you pull your punches while directly engaging a threat, you can roll Savior instead of Danger. If you do, you cannot choose to impress, surprise, or frighten your foe. But I can roll Savior, and that'll make my portals. So I can make it so he accidentally runs into how do we say her name again?
Malefactress.
Malefactress.
Okay, yeah. I have her written on my character sheet, but it's like further down.
It's okay.
7 + 2 is a 9.
9. Okay. So you pick one: resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies.
Create an opportunity for my allies.
Perfect. So I think that's exactly what's happening, and I think that he runs, and the portal opens in front of him. Them. Portal opens in front of them, and they have a moment of course, and they go through the portal, careening into Malefactress. Who's next?
I'm going to assess the situation. So I'm floating above the action because I was controlling the robot that Artifact kind of took care of. And so I'm going to take Jungle Jam off my shoulder and put him on one of the little like floating platforms that we had for our test, and like kind of like pat them on the back, and they start releasing like, I don't know, battle tunes. And I don't know. It's probably a mixtape of something. There's a whole bunch of different stuff.
So there's a dance move from Johnny Bravo called The Monkey. And it's totally like
The monkey.
can't see me because it's got the okay.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
Dancing
in my
battle
head,
tunes.
I'm singing Mr. Blue Sky. So,
Little Jam is doing that and also singing all kinds of battle tunes for us. And I'm
Nice.
gonna sharpen my cybernetic eye on what's going on to assess the situation,
awesome.
which is
Superior.
superior. So I rolled a 6 + 2, which is
7 and 9.
Eight.
Ask one.
I know how to do math. So I get to ask one, but I also always get to ask one of the other questions on my list because of my sharpened eyes. So I'm going to ask, who here is susceptible to my words?
Who here is susceptible to my words? So,
Would I be able to talk to the Singularity Knight and shake them out of their, I don't know, what they're trying to do?
I think between the two of them, the one that's the least certain of this actual plan is actually Malefactress. Yeah.
And I think especially now that her supposed ally just ran into her, that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, my other question is going to be, how could we best end this quickly? Because we have a test to do. I have to become a space knight, okay? My promotion's on the line.
How come? Okay, so I think it's clear to you that here's what you see, and you notice very specifically when the Singularity Knight careens into Malefactress. She is not super surprised by this and seems legitimately like she shows that moment of course this was going to happen. Because as pointed out by Artifact, Malefactress, none of her team ups end well for the people she teams up with. So you're thinking that the best way to end this quickly would be to continue to turn them against one another. Yeah, that's a good call. Ooh.
Awesome.
Fantastic. How about you, Artifact?
I also want to assess the situation. I want to find out. I'm basically trying to figure out how does when I'm trying to analyze from what I know, how do Singularity Knight's powers work? Is it technological? Does he have a black hole inside of him? What's going on? And then with that, I plan on doing something else. So, so I'm going to roll it at my superior. My superior is not great. My superior is only a 0, because I still have this insuperiority complex about being a supervillain.
Let me ask you this: is your freak better than your superior?
Yes, by a long shot. By +1, yes.
Because of the specific way that you ask that, and the fact that your power is cosmic energy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you can roll your freak instead of superior on that one.
Okay, I will use my freak. So, so I roll it at 1, and that will give me a 9 + 1 is 10. So on 10, I can ask 2 questions. So my one question is, how do his powers work? And number 2, how do I disrupt them so that they explode on my mom?
Okay. So this is, as soon as you kind of attune your senses, your cosmic senses, to him or to them specifically, you realize that Singularity Knight's armor has been forged from a black hole.
Oh.
You're not sure how that's possible. That is not something, but it allows them to manipulate time and space with kind of like equal.
Is it technological armor? Is it like sentient armor? Is it just armor that's being held together by cosmic energy? Is it magical?
It's cosmic energy.
Okay.
It's basically, it's almost like it was tempered on an anvil of pure cosmic power. Which is a great description that I just came up with off the top of my head.
All right.
But
You should
maybe I've
write it
read
down.
way too many comic books. Yeah, I know.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely I am it's definitely something that is a unique thing. But
I have a plan.
so your second question,
no.
how were you phrasing that again?
Is how do I unleash it on my mother? But I've got a better idea.
Okay.
Yeah, how would I? Basically, what I wanted to do was cause him to accidentally trigger his powers on her.
Okay.
Is what I'm looking for. Now that I know that it's just that basically I got to convince him to like shoot at one of us and hit her.
Okay.
But what we could use right now is a distraction. And you know what would be very distracting? If we suddenly had a lot of arrogant light and an exploding fire girl running around out here.
So you want me to transport some of the people from the audience?
I think that would. Well, I think it'd be good to bring some of the other teammates out here. Number one, it'll show that we can work with other people, and number two, it will cause a lot of chaos for my mother, who probably was not expecting this. And then, and while that's going on, I'm expecting that Captain Junior Grade Wonder is going to have some amazing thing they're going to do while we're causing distractions, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, sure, okay.
I love that. Gato, I'll turn that over to you if you feel good about that.
Yeah. So, Artifact, how do you tell Gato about your plan that you just came up for her
Oh yeah.
or them? What did I use as my pronouns?
They, them.
They, them.
They, them. Thank
They,
you
them. They,
for them.
Yep. I will tell them. I'll just I'll look at you. I reach over. I just place one hand on your head and use my cosmic awareness to give you a brief glimpse into exactly how well you get two things. You get my plan and a brief look into just what's going on in my brain. Like when I try to communicate with people using cosmic awareness, you get a look into like my psyche, which is not as complex as he thinks it is. He's a teenager. He thinks he's much more angsty than he actually is.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, I'm so dark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have only darkness in my heart. Phoenix Dark.
It was either Artifact or Pretentious Boy. He wasn't sure which way to go with at the time. So.
Dr. Pretension, which by the way is a great pastiche of Doctor Strange. Anyway, so how you gonna pull this off?
Well,
Gato?
since there are really, really bright lights, and once you're done, you get to go into the audience. And because there's bright lights, it makes the shadows super, super dark underneath you. So I'm going to use my shadow sense to find all of the other distractions. Princess Sparkles, and bring them in. Did Chloro Ox end up in the audience?
Yes, Chloro Ox did. Yes.
Okay. I will also try to summon them, because they're really good at taking out some of the smaller viruses. So I'm gonna try both of them, and this is still activating. It's activating my powers.
I think it could be that. It could also be I think this is if this feels like or directly engage a threat, because you are basically using your powers to bring in reinforcements to, I imagine, are going to help with like the minion people that are running around and stuff like that.
Okay. But then I can still use my move that uses savior instead of danger because it's directly engage a
because
threat.
you're not like this is if there's anything that could be defined as a savior move, I feel like this would be it.
Okay. Sugar. Ow. Princess Sparkles is too shiny.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a 3 and +2 makes it a 5.
Whoa, okay.
I did not roll snake eyes though, so it's just
You have a whole lot of potential there, Gato.
yeah.
Yep.
Darkness. Dead parents.
So I think that you're gonna have to mark a condition. Any thoughts as to what it would be?
Because I already have insecure, which makes it easier for me to get hit. But I gotta mark a different one. Where'd it go?
Makes it easy. It makes it easier for people around you to get hit.
Oh, it makes it easier for people around me to get hit.
Do you want to get angry?
I was thinking angry or guilty.
I was thinking hopeless or afraid.
Yeah, because hopeless or yeah, because my powers keep messing up. Hopeless kind of makes sense.
Okay.
So insecure and hopeless.
Oof. Okay. And I think that how that happens is you reach out into the shadows, but it's not as comfortable a transition. So what you have is potential potential tryouts for the Society of Future Heroes, very shocked and falling on the battlefield, and not like landing in cool positions and stuff like that. And like, I think like Princess Sparkle just suddenly appears above the battlefield and, is falling, trying to like send off her powers, which we've determined aren't super useful. And I think maybe she even does land on one of the minions. But it's more a thing that a bunch of them just kind of fall into it. So, and yeah, and you get that feeling of like, what's happening? This is something you've always known.
Yeah. Like something's disrupting my powers, guys.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I think I'm ready to try to use the knowledge that I've gained from assessing this situation to continue to turn Singularity Knight and Malefactress against each other.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Malefactress would underestimate me. So I'm going to attempt to directly engage her because I am the littlest space bandit. So when I directly engage a threat that underestimates me, I use superior instead of danger.
Oh.
So I'm gonna kind of follow through Gato's portal that the Singularity Knight went through to run into Malefactress.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pop through there and kind of like whiz around them, and I'm gonna taunt Malefactress and say, "Really? This dastardly guy is the best you could do? I mean, you could have such a better teammate. If you would just like look for one."
Wow.
And then like I'll try to get I think I'm gonna try to get Singularity Knight to try to zap me and maneuver so that I am between them and that it hits Malefactress when that happens.
Okay, cool. All right. I like that.
I have a +1 because I'm using I'm acting knowledge that I had from assessing.
Okay.
And I'm using my superior, so I have an 8 on the dice and a +3, so that's 11.
That's 11.
Yay.
Nice.
I'm totally gonna be a
Awesome.
Space Knight, guys.
Yeah, Singularity Knight, they're not going to be underestimating you, right? 'Cause
No,
they're afraid of you.
Yeah, that's why they came back here before I've become anyone to try to defeat me.
Exactly.
Because
But
they've met me, but I haven't.
Malefactress just, kind of like sees you, but is more focused on her son, and doesn't really think much of it. But then, you see him. He puts his hands out, and they start glowing in that Kirby dot black. It looks a lot like that when I wave my hands around. And he's tracking you as you're moving, and he unleashes a blast, and you can kind of see as he's unleashing it, he realizes where he fired, because you do a maneuver out of the way, and it goes through the portal and slams into Malefactress. And her power was like getting ready to unleash anyways, and it just takes the wind right out of her sails, and she goes flying
to the event horizon.
Not quite there. But how about you, Artifact? What do you got?
Artifact has got an idea. I've got an ability here that has all the best stuff where I can raid a villain's lair and get some of their stuff.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use one of her portals to steal something off of Mom's utility belt. I've got an idea what I want to steal, so I got to see if I actually get something useful. So I'm going to roll and add Savior, which is +0. Oh no, it's +1. And that looks good. That is going to be a 7 to 9. So I get it, but she knows I've got it, but that's okay. Because what I grabbed from her waist was the white dwarf ring.
Okay.
And and then what I plan to do with it is I'm going to stand on one side of her with the white dwarf ring, and Singularity's on the other side of her, and I'm going to trigger the white dwarf ring and see what happens when you get stuck between a white dwarf and a black hole.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to let the ring go.
So there's Singularity Knight just unleashed his power.
Yep.
Hit her on one side, and I think that you, like, as that's happening, you slip by and grab that off her because you know where she keeps it. She doesn't wear it all the time. She doesn't wear it all the time because she thinks it looks gauche with her outfit. It's not that she doesn't want to just wear it. It's like very
She's not
white
married
and,
to your dad anymore. She doesn't wear
right,
it.
and that's what it came
Well,
for. And it, like, you know, she would have designed something a little bit more elegant, maybe. But
well, the problem is that everything looks gauche on my mother because of the way she dresses.
that's
Everybody's afraid to tell her that. That's the problem.
And I also think that even though you can put the ring on, I think it's way too big for your finger.
Yeah.
But you unleash it, and that power is there, and you can tell she's being pulled in two directions now.
Perfect.
So, Gato.
Yeah.
You
oh,
can do it, Gato.
Somebody is messing with my powers.
as all
It's
that is
the
going on,
worst.
the other potential heroes who came through have started to recover and started to kind of fight back.
Good.
And like you'll notice, you know, like Chloro Ox is doing his best to kind of clean up the enemies there.
He has the whitest shirt.
It's just
Definitely.
like the whitest shirt you could imagine.
Blindingly.
Blindingly light, yeah.
And because it's Chloro Ox, he's got big white horns too, just so white.
You really don't want to get him mad.
And like Lumberjack like does this kind of spin move and gets around behind one of the minions and then like lifts up, and you hear a crack, and the minion is like, oh wow, that's really nice. And
they're Lumberjack makes it so like the spine is finally working, and they're standing up straight, and they're standing up too straight to be a villain now, so they switch sides.
They're like, all right, fine. And even like you even see Sarcasm Lass, and she's facing off against the minion as she's standing up, and she goes, and the minion's like just kind of drops his head and just kind of starts walking away, shuffling. And you're like, wow, that's some real sarcasm right there.
Yeah.
Told you she was useful.
But even like now that she's in it, Princess Sparkle is actually, you know, really seems to be doing the right thing. And as she's up there, you know, I guess she can fly on her own, what she's doing. And
I mean, it's her skirt that lets her fly.
And she sees Artifact unleash the power of the White Dwarf, and there's Singularity Knight, who's now kind of lost control of his own power because of the White Dwarf on the other side of Malefactress. And Princess Sparkle, who's never said anything nice to any of you, says, "Hey guys, you can do it."
Ooh.
Wow.
Anybody who has a condition can remove that condition.
Sweet. Let me see which
Ooh.
one.
I'm no longer angry. Now I'm focused.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm not. I don't feel
insecure and
hopeless
hope-
anymore. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't feel hopeless anymore.
Awesome. And so what are you gonna do?
So on here it says to get rid of insecure, I can take a foolhardy action without talking to my team.
Okay.
And one of my moves that I have is called Never Give Up, Never Surrender. And so I am going to go after somebody who I know is much more powerful than me, so Malefactress.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to roll Savior on this one.
Mhm.
And then I get... Does it say what I get if I roll a 10? It doesn't say what I get if I roll a 10. It just says choose one. I thought I copied the whole thing, but maybe...
No, it
Anyway.
doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Yeah.
What's a 7 to 9 again?
On
On a 7 to 9 marker condition.
Oh, marking condition.
On a
Okay,
hit,
so
and
on
here
a
you-
hit, I choose one.
yeah.
Yeah. A 10 means that she doesn't have to mark a condition to do so. That's how a lot of those things work. Is on a 7 to 9 you succeed but something bad happens. On a 10 plus you succeed and nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing with that.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm rolling this. Never give up, never surrender.
So yeah, I think even to the point where you see that her power is growing because she's going to unleash something.
So I horribly failed.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, these dice are being really rude to me.
Stupid dice rollers.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, it rolled another 3. Like, what is that?
That's terrible.
Yeah. So, Malefactress is stealing my superpowers to power herself up.
Oh yeah.
So, it's causing me pain. And the black in my cat fur is coming out.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, I'm starting to turn into a tuxedo cat instead of just a regular black cat. And
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, she is stealing my powers away. Like, she's the big bad for my family, and she's found a way to steal our powers.
That sounds like that would make you angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does say on a miss you go down hard, but leave your opponent off balance and vulnerable. Yeah. And I think that's what that looks like. As she's drawing in your power, she sends out a blast, and you stand there, and it hits you, and you go flying. Gato, you roll. You know, that moment where you just kind of like hit the ground and just slide limp, and there's just an audible gasp from everybody.
Yeah, and I'll have to change my name from Gato to Socks, because now I have white paws.
Socks. I thought it was because you just got socked across the arena.
That too. They're spelled the same.
Wonder,
what do you got for me?
Well, I'm really not okay with that. I want to see what I can do to help my friend. But I'm not sure what would be the best way. I think I really so Malefactress is trapped between a white dwarf and a black hole, but is still amassing power and stealing Gato's power.
And I think even like when she was weakened by being trapped, like that's why she even pulled more of it into her.
To try to protect herself from that.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm gonna do is I want to try to provoke her into not paying attention to Gato, to stop draining Gato's powers, and to just try to get her to spend all of her energy on a blast at me.
Okay.
So that then she doesn't have the defenses and she'll get sent away by the white dwarf and the black hole, or defeated. I mean, that'd be nice, but I doubt that's gonna happen because she is not that. But if I can get her to send all of that extra power she's got at me, hopefully I can get out of the way, and prevent it from going at something really dangerous, like the judges or Halloween Kid. Ooh, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? To have a better remove one of the judges that's not going to let me become a captain. So I'm going to try to provoke her into unleashing all this power so that she doesn't have the defenses protecting her, the power to protect herself anymore.
Okay.
When you provoke someone susceptible to my words, which we did determine that she is, I am trying to get Malefactress to attack me.
Okay.
I'm still working on acting on the answers to my assessing the situation, so I have a +1, and I rolled another 8 + 3, so that's 11.
Nice.
So
I love the idea that your last move was to get her to underestimate you, and then that didn't go well for her, and you're like from it's 1 to 10 right away.
Yep.
So yeah. She's getting ready for another blast against Gato, which would probably have finished Gato off, and you just how do you provoke her?
Okay, so I will swoop in from where Gato slid. I'm gonna swoop in along the dust trail, or the dirt trail that's to the crater where Gato is, the mini crater. You're gonna be okay, Gato. And I'm gonna swoop up along that trail right up into her face, and kind of run circles around her head a little bit. As she pulls back, and I'm gonna say, maybe you should pick on someone. Well, I mean, I'm not your own size, but leave Gato alone because you're a really shitty person. Don't do that. Bad Malefactress. Because I've learned Gato bats at things when they're bad or when they're playing.
Yes.
It's hard to tell. So I'm just stop that. Come after me.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think that even to the point where so she unleashes that blast. Because you're all over the place, she unleashes it all around her, which dissipates it, meaning that it's not dangerous enough. Most of the other heroes are experienced enough that they're able to dodge out of the way of it. Not all of her minions are, so a bunch of them get knocked around by it. But it also means that power she was building up has been dissipated. And I mean, it says that you add a team to the pool, which I haven't been keeping a team pool because we're still remedial at this. But I'm going to go ahead and say that everybody gets +1 forward.
Yay!
Okay.
I might be able to fail at a 6 now.
I'm really worried about that dice roller.
I think it's just angry because it's my Star Wars dice roller, and I'm not playing Star Wars.
Not playing Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars dice do that. So artifact.
Well, I'm going to. She's definitely the more well. They seem to have mom. They seem to have mom pretty much bound up. I've got an idea.
And I was gonna say the white dwarf on one side, once you activated the ring, it kind of stayed there, and Singularity Knight is kind of stuck on the other side. It's almost like he's been countered and he can't. If he moves, he's worried that it might cause some other. I don't know. He's trying to maneuver his way out of it, but he can't.
What I want to do, I actually have an idea, but I want to get him out of here for. Actually, I'm out of character. Jane, did you want to be the one to take out? Did you want to be the one to take out Singularity Knight? I can hold off if you want to do this. Okay. What I want to do is I want to get up. What I want to do is I want to pop open lift his visor
Uh-huh.
and then put the white dwarf inside his visor and slam it shut.
Oh, okay.
Probably won't kill him, but it'll probably dissipate him quite a bit.
All right. I feel like this is a directly engaged threat.
I think it is too. So plus danger. And danger is my middle name because my parents had horrible naming conventions.
Yeah, it was a weird thing to name after your grandfather.
All right. And I'm going to add my +1 onto this. And I'm going to add the +1 that I had from earlier when I assessed the situation and got the
man,
use his powers.
Was it Danger Malefax?
No, it would be
no.
On his father's
Danger
side,
Doom
Danger
Rider.
Doom Rider, which is actually really awesome.
Danger
I'm
Doom
for Danger Doom
Rider.
Rider.
Yeah.
So I rolled an 8 +1 from +1 forward, +1 from assessing. That gives me a 10 altogether.
Awesome.
So that actually worked. So we trade blows, but I'm going to resist and avoid their blows, and then I'm gonna basically take something from them. I'm gonna take from them their visor and put this thing inside.
Okay.
So so I get up to him. He comes at me. I come at him, and as he comes at me, I just push the visor up. I just jam the ring inside and slam it shut.
Awesome. I think that he is shocked when you open up his visor, and he starts to yell something, and you shove the ring in his mouth.
Ooh.
Cool. I wasn't sure there was actually a face in there. Good.
There is.
Okay.
They're a very angry person, and then close the visor, and they are, suddenly struggling, and blasts of cosmic temporal energy start shooting out all over the place, and all of a sudden Malefactress looks at him and says, "You fool! If I don't go back, I'll change all of our history." And she just immediately starts flying back up towards the rift, with her minions going after her. Her energy is all over the place too. It's spiking out of her. It's like she doesn't have full control.
But it's my powers.
As soon as she passes that event horizon of the rift, your powers start to flow back into you.
Okay. I was kind of hoping that I was going to be able to pull my powers back and then also pull her back from the rift, but I don't trust my rolls.
and that's not good, because I think we're looking at future her, and having two of her running around might not be the best thing in the world.
Yeah, that might make my grandparents come out of retirement.
Yeah, your grandparents.
Yeah.
And because she wasn't born in a barn, she closes the door behind her. At which point, Singularity Knight's link to the temporal paradigm closes, and he just, they just, as they stand there, they kind of stop moving and then just wink out, like disappear.
Ooh.
Oh.
Bam.
I was gonna make a Muse pun.
Oh.
What was it gonna be?
With him?
The ring did go with him, yes.
Cause he's the Black Hole Knight. It's a song by Muse.
Black Hole Knight?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why I know that, because I'm really bad at music. But it's a good song from Muse. So I was gonna be like, we got this. Hey, Princess Sparkles, you wanna shed some light on this Black Hole Night? Like.
I like that. Hey, That gives me a song to listen to. So yeah, they dissipate. They've left, and then the crowd is kind of recovering and everything, and there's a shimmer in front of all three of you, and then there's this orb that has a golden color that just appears, and it's really big, and then it opens from side to side, and you see three figures inside, but it's backlit, so it's hard to tell who it is. And one of them steps out and reaches down to you, Gato, to help you up.
I get helped up.
Yeah, you recognize them. It's like looking at yourself, but from the future. And they say, you did well. The power being drawn from you was nothing you could control, but you were still able to stand with your friends, and that's important. And a second figure steps off of there, and Artifact. This is a future version of you. And he walks over to you, and he claps you on the shoulder, and he's taller and broader. You've grown quite a bit at this point. And he says, you succeeded where I failed in the past. Well done. But I think that there's someone, and he kind of exchanges a look with Gato, who wants to speak with all of you. Isn't that right, President Wonder? And the third figure steps out, and looks at Captain Junior Grade Wonder and winks and says, "Yeah, you're gonna get that rank."
Thank you, sir.
I look over at Gato. I reach to my pocket, pull out a 10, fold it in half, and hand it to them like this. You win. You had president. I had admiral.
And for they kind of, three of them stand there for a moment, and President Wonder says, "You're going to do great things. I'd say make us proud, but you already have." And then with that, the three of them step back into the orb, and it closes up, and you hear the future Gato saying, "Thanks for saving the future," and disappears. And the audience just goes nuts.
Yay!
And the proceedings will continue and everything, but even before that, the tuxedo lad has actually come out and announces that the three of you, at this point, and it's unanimous from the judges, even Halloween lad, who gives you a big thumbs up, Halloween kid, I think that we can welcome the three newest members of the Society of Future Heroes: Gato, Artifact, and Captain Wonder. And the audience goes nuts.
The look on Jade's face was worth it alone.
It's so good.
Daryl Canvers is so happy.
And that was the tryouts for the Society of Future Heroes. So,
all right.
Well done, everyone.
Super-powered high fives!
Boom.
Some of my extremities are still white, so I have a.
And the other two people that get in, Princess Sparkle does make it in, and Sarcasm Lass, because it turns out Sarcasm Lass is really powerful at sarcasm.
I kind of want to see how she does with puns, because
it's got to be there, right?
Yeah, it's really got to be there.
That's how you punish people.
Yeah.
Yes, Gato, thank you for that. That was so clever of you. So.
Well,
what's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Yeah. We got to make sure that Sarcasm Lass and Gato are roommates.
Oh no.
No, I don't like fish tacos.
Like fish. Fantastic. Thanks everybody for playing. Lana, where can people find you?
On planet Earth. So they can find me on Twitter, Princess O Gaming. They can find me on Instagram, Princess O Gaming as well. I'm sadly still living in the United States. Where else can they find me? I don't know. In their imaginations, in their dreams.
In their dreams.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jane, how about you?
Play games.
Play more games.
You can find me at Moonchromatic on Twitter. When I'm there. You can always direct message me, and then I will be there. Hey. But keep taking care of yourselves and taking care of each other.
Yeah. And Jerry, how about you?
You can find me at GM Jerry Manders. It's with a G and a G on Facebook, Twitter, Slack Room, and on Tuesday nights you can tune in at 8:00 and catch me as the co-host of our sister show, the Misdirected Mark podcast.
Perfect. You're pro. I am Jesse Edmond. I can be found at Doc Palindrome wherever Doc Palindromes are sold. I'd like to thank Kevin, our producer, for doing a great job. Weapon X does the theme song for the FM Gamers. So check out the other shows at twitch.tv/misdirected mark. Right now it's us and Misdirected Mark. And I think BXP the Bonus Experience podcast has been doing stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FMG Casters, YouTube Misdirected Mark Productions. Thanks for playing. Stay safe. Stay strong. And let's save the world.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's do it. Bye bye.